everyone, it's Samantha from Scrapmaster's Paradise, and this is actually the second voiceover I've done recently, but I'm going to be showing them to you guys out of order because I'm playing along with a challenge, actually two challenges for this card. I'm entering this card into the Simon Says Stamp Wednesday challenge and also a sketch challenge called Sketch Saturday, so I will link to both of those in the description below. I'm going to be using the stamp sets Sprinkle on Top and Best Thoughts, both by Stampin' Up. I'm showing you my supplies here really quick. I used some paper from the Hello Sunshine Pink Paisley pad and also some Stampin' Up card stock. I've got So Saffron, the card base is going to be Mint Macaron, and I also have a piece of Whisper White. So I'm just scoring this in the middle at 5.5 inches. I just cut the regular piece of cardstock in half to make this card base, and it's just going to open up from the bottom. Then I decided to go ahead and get my stamping done. I'm going to be stamping tone on this yellow piece of paper, and I've got the Daffodil Delight ink for that. I'm just going to use this big floral print and stamp it and then cut it down to size. I'm not measuring the paper, I'm just going to be cutting it around this image. These are rubber unmounted stamps. They're actually mounted on cling mount, and then you stick them to an acrylic block, and Stampin' Up! Calls these clear, even though they're not clear stamps, they're just a clear mount, meaning they stick to the clear acrylic block. So their, wording is a little bit confusing to people who use a lot of clear stamps, and their clear stamps are called photopolymer, which is actually the material that they're made out of. But anyway, I am just lining this up, kind of eyeballing it, and then I'm going to trim all the way around it. I just really think the tone on tone is just a beautiful, soft way to get an image on something, and it just saves me from having to do coloring, honestly, so I could put this card together really fast. I think the whole process of filming this took me about 8 or 9 minutes, so it was a really quick card to put together. Going back to Stampin' Up! For a minute, you guys know how much I really love Stampin' Up!, but I'm not going to stay a demonstrator. I just have so much stuff in my room. I signed up for my own discount. So if you are interested in buying Stampin' Up!, you can search on StampinUp.com and find a demonstrator that's either close to you or you can just pick one. It doesn't really matter. I just wanted to let you guys know I'm not going to be selling it or anything anymore. Anyway, getting back to the card, I stamped the Happy Birthday from the Sprinkles on Top stamp set. I really like the scripty font, and I stamped it in the Crumb Cake ink onto white paper. And the Crumb Cake is a craft color, which is really nice. It's a nice subtle neutral color. And then I just trimmed this down, and I'm going to make it into a little banner shape. And I do this by cutting a little slit down the center where I want the points to meet up, and then I just line up the corner and that cut that I just made to make the little triangle shapes. Cutting that initial slit down the center just helps me line up to make sure that I'm cutting the little pieces evenly. Now I'm just going to work on cutting my pattern papers down. The Wednesday challenge over at Simon Says Stamp is an ombre challenge, so I included this yellow ombre paper. I'm going to use that as my background paper. I'm cutting it just shy of the 4.25 by 5.5 inches to fit on the card base. I just want a tiny bit of that mint macaron cardstock showing around the edges. So I'm just trimming it down just slightly to fit it on there. And then I'm going to attach this with ATG. It is my favorite adhesive. People have asked me to do some kind of like favorite essentials type of videos, and I think I'm going to do one of those for you guys coming up next month. But this will be one of my favorites on there. I love ATG. I've probably said this in a lot of my videos, but in order to get it to stick really nicely, you do want to rub over it and create a little bit of heat friction, and that'll seal the adhesive a lot better than just sticking it on there. For this mint polka dot paper, I'm just going to cut a little strip of it to use, and it kind of matches the sketch that I'm doing, so I wanted to have a little bit of a divider piece like the sketch had. I go ahead and get this attached with ATG, and then I wanted to add a little bit of a simple embellishment on this card. I ended up finding some enamel dots that I like. These are from Freckled Fawn, and it's just a neon collection of them. I'm not sure that they still have this in their store. It might have come with an embellishment kit. I have no idea. It's from my stash from a while ago. But I love Freckled Fawn stuff. I have a ton of their stuff. But this month I've been working really hard to get my room purged and just get rid of older supplies that I know I'm not going to use and keep just supplies that I really like. And I've kept a ton of my Freckled Fawn stuff. I just absolutely love it. So back to the card, I am just going to assemble this with some ATG. and some Stampin' Dimensionals, which are just 3D adhesive. It's just going to pop up this layer and make the card have a little bit more dimension since it is pretty flat. So that's pretty much it. It's just a really simple birthday card that I put together really quickly, and I really like how it turned out. I really don't use a bunch of yellow ordinarily, but I like how this one turned out. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am going to be working on more voiceovers, more process videos, and all sorts of stuff coming up for you guys. I really appreciate you guys watching this video, and be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm going to be doing videos for you guys on Tuesdays and Thursdays coming up. So be sure to check that out, and check out the coordinating blog post if you want to see close-up photos of this card. And I will have a supply list on the coordinating blog post and in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye guys!